Once upon a time, in the grand kingdom of Everwood, King Robert and Queen Eleanor lived a peaceful life. The queen had a special treasure chest in her royal chamber, filled with jewels that were a gift from the people of Everwood. These jewels were precious to her, and she kept them safe, knowing that they symbolized the love and respect of her people. One day, Queen Eleanor noticed some jewels were missing. At first, she thought she misplaced them, but as days passed, more jewels vanished. Distressed, she told King Robert, who knew something had to be done. "This is serious. We must find the thief," said the king. Queen Eleanor added, "I don't know who to trust anymore." King Robert called upon Minister Thomas, a wise and trusted advisor. Minister Thomas had solved many problems before and was the perfect person to uncover the thief. He quickly arrived to help, ready to solve the mystery. Minister Thomas entered, the royal court ready to listen. The king quickly explained the situation. "Minister Thomas, Queen Eleanor's jewels are disappearing one by one, and we need your help to find the thief." After hearing the king's words, Thomas thought for a moment. Then he spoke. "Your Majesty, I believe I have a plan, but it will require careful planning." King Robert looked hopeful. "Tell me your plan, Thomas." "We will set a trap," Thomas said. "A trap?" Queen Eleanor asked, puzzled. "Yes," Thomas said. "Here's the plan. We'll remove the real jewels from the royal chest and hide them in a secret place. We will then replace them with fake jewels, ones that look exactly like the real ones but are made of glass." King Robert was intrigued. "And when the thief steals the fake jewels, we'll watch the marketplace carefully," Thomas explained. "Once the thief tries to sell the fake jewels, we'll catch him." Queen Eleanor smiled. "That's a brilliant idea. We'll catch the thief before he can harm anyone, with me." The plan in place, the king and queen quickly made preparations. The real jewels were moved to a hidden room deep within the castle, and the fake jewels were placed in the royal chest. For several days, they waited, watching closely. Then, one evening, their patience was rewarded. A servant named Gregor, who worked in the castle, was seen sneaking around the royal treasure chest late at night. He had been acting suspiciously for some time, and now it seemed that he was the one behind the thefts. "We've found him," Minister Thomas whispered to the king. "Gregor is the thief. Let's follow him." The king, queen, and Thomas quietly followed Gregor as he left the castle. They trailed him to the marketplace, where they hid behind a stall, watching him closely. Gregor tried to sell the fake jewels to a jeweler, but the jeweler was quick to spot their fakeness. "These jewels are not real," the jeweler exclaimed, throwing them back at Gregor. "These are just glass." Gregor was stunned. "But I was told these were the queen's jewels. How can they be fake?" Just then, the guards, who had been keeping watch, rushed forward and captured Gregor. Minister Thomas stepped forward. "It's over, Gregor. We've known about your plan from the start." Gregor, realizing he had been caught, lowered his head. "I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I needed the money and thought I could get away with it." King Robert looked stern. "You've been caught, Gregor. Now you must face the consequences of your actions." The next day, Gregor was brought before the court. He confessed to stealing the jewels and trying to sell the fake ones. He was punished, and the kingdom was safe once more. King Robert turned to Minister Thomas. "Thomas, your plan worked perfectly. Once again, you have saved the day with your cleverness." Thomas bowed humbly. "It was my honor to help, Your Majesty. But remember, sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. We didn't need to chase the thief all over the kingdom. We just needed to think carefully and set a proper trap." Queen Eleanor smiled at Thomas. "Thank you, Minister. You've taught us a valuable lesson. When faced with a problem, it's important to think carefully and be patient. Sometimes the best solutions are the simplest." The king, the queen, and the people of Everwood all learned an important lesson that day. With a little planning, patience, and clever thinking, even the trickiest problems could be solved. Minister Thomas had shown them that sometimes the simplest solutions are the best, and that cleverness and wisdom can overcome any challenge. This story teaches us that with careful thought and planning, we can solve even the toughest problems. By thinking ahead and being patient, we can find clever solutions. Like Minister Thomas, we can all use our wisdom and creativity to overcome obstacles and make the world a better place.